What up? Oh my god.
It's time to meet the Muppets on the Muppet Show tonight.
Hello. From Felix's mom's car. Driving it for the first time today. For the first time to slay. We just did the kids' clothing swap. It was incredibly successful. We had 167 people, which was great. I know that doesn't sound like very many, but it is. That's not a lot for like a concert. It is a lot for like people bringing items and other people receiving items, right? So I'm headed to the laundromat. This is my first time post-swap taking everything to the laundromat to clean. I think it's either Morgan, I can't remember if this was Morgan's idea or our therapist's idea or what. It's either going to be genius or prohibitively expensive and like not worth it. But normally what I do is in our hallway, there's a butt ton of like kind of crusty clothes. And then I slowly wash them and like fold them and organize them in my like free time. And it takes a long time and it takes up a lot of space. It like takes over the like main area of our house for a period of time, and like Morgan really hates it, and like it's not ideal at all. What I'm trying this time, washing them at the laundromat, then everything will be clean and like maybe organized-ish depending on how this looks. I'm not really sure. This swap was also a much bigger swap than we normally have. I usually do like an infant toddler swap. In like toddler, it's like a very dramatic, like not really just toddler, like all the way up to like size 6T, like 5T, 6, 7, unfortunately. We will have another swap at the library that's going to be just the infant to toddler size. And this, I have saved all the clothes from the last swap that are going to be the right size, that'll be carried over. A lot of them are going to get donated and like spread out amongst our community to various organizations that need clothes at any given time. So it should be good. I'm excited. I have a lot more than I normally have because we had so many people attend the swap and bring donations, which is great. But it is, it continues to be more labor that I end up doing. So here we are. I have my beverage, my generic Winco Liquid IV vibe with red 40 in it. Delicious. Okay, and I brought my powder soap because I'm not paying for soap at the laundromat. And I have a wagon, and we'll see how this looks. I don't know what it costs to go to a laundromat anymore. I've not like been to a laundromat in a really long time. But yeah, we'll see. Let's check it out. Love of God. Why on earth would it be like this? Why? Oh my God, for the love of God. Oh my God, this is taking so long. Oh my God, I've been here for 3 hours. Oh my God. I know we really needed this rain, but I personally didn't today. Every time I walk outside. I hired a young woman to help me. All she's doing is complaining.
That's true.
Apparently I washed away.
Well, it came out all right.
That's true.
Plastic lives forever, man.
Good God. They do not charge by the Honda Pilot, which is messed up. I would not say it was prohibitively expensive. I would say it was like one step below prohibitively expensive. It's not something I'd like to do again in the future. My hope is to have way less clothes in the future.
That's true.
This was a lot.
I would say if you had the same amount you normally have.
It would have been like fine. Probably.
Yeah.
But we have a Honda Pilot's worth.
One Honda Pilot's worth.
I don't want a pound of Highlands worth of clothes, Betty. I'm excited to give them to people, but oh my soul, God.
Yeah, you're so brave.
Thank you. I did the laundromat math. It was right around $105 to get all of those clothes washed. A full Honda Pilot's worth of clothes. I know you can't tell so much in the video, but like it's literally like 25 bags of laundry. Like there is so much stuff in there. It's a lot. It's a lot. I do think that probably in terms of like water and electric costs, it would technically be, it's probably cheaper to use the laundromat. It was a harrowing experience. Everyone there was really nice. It was not horrible. I needed a buddy, which is why I got Morgan to come at the end, because I was going bananas. You didn't see, but she brought me 2 pieces of pizza because they had ordered pizza I hadn't eaten in like way too long. It was so sad. Anyway, I lived. It's fine. Right now, our hallway is a mess because it's just bags of clean clothes, mostly organized by size. Actually, I think everything in our house is organized by size right now, which rocks. But it is a lot. It's a lot. And that's cool. I think next time I just need to be as realistic as is possible for me about what quantity of the clothes need to immediately go to other organizations. And that's cool, you know? I can do that because I was like, yeah, I can handle this. And I can't. And it's okay. For the past like year-ish, I've randomly posted on Reddit and been like, hello, does anyone need kids clothes? I'm trying to find the people who need kids clothes, and there's just like nobody biting on there. It's because the place where there are moms who need free kids clothes is on Facebook. So unfortunately I am on Facebook again, just for buy nothing groups and for marketplace. Hate to be on there, but it is like nice because obviously it's got the like built-in messaging system, so you don't have to like give somebody your phone number. You can just like, you know, use this as a platform for that, which is great. That's where the parents are who are desperately needing free clothes. I'm sure there are other parents other places, but I can post on a buy nothing group, hey, I have kids clothes in these sizes, you know, I will accept a certain like slot amount of people, and then once I've got that filled up, I'll go through, get them stuff, and then see what I have left over, and then open it back up again. That's worked pretty well. So I have been tracking what size clothes, where the people are in the United States, mostly in Oregon, mostly in Salem, and then like how many items I gave them and what sizes they needed, if I did drop off or pick up, if they contributed donations, when it was in the year, whether or not I know them personally. I'm excited. I think this is going to be fun data to look at the end of the year. I think it's also potentially, if we were moving towards a nonprofit situation, I think that this information would be good to have, instead of being like, oh yeah, we help people by, you know, making sure that families in our community have access to free children's clothes. Like, this is a very like, you know, this is when we had clothes to give people, these are the clothes that we had to give people. Because I think that's the other thing, is that if you're looking at this, so like the what did they need in terms of like sizes, it's like multiple, you can check multiple things. Obviously it's not just like they needed newborn, 15% of people needed newborn. It's not going to add up to 100 because of that, right? Because some people need newborn and 0 to 3 and 3 to 6 and 5T, right? So anyway, it's like the most 30% of people have needed 12 to 18 months and 5T, but those are 2 sizes that I posted specifically about being like, I have so much of this size. Do you need anything of this size? 5% of people have needed size 9 to 12. That doesn't mean that there are no children who are needing 9 to 12 size clothes right now. It just means that I literally didn't say, I have not said anywhere on anything, I have 9 to 12 months if you need it. So, okay, so I've done 20 given an individual person clothes. 85% of that are people who I do not know personally. 65% of those people contributed donations in exchange, which they do not have to do. 60% of those were drop-offs, as opposed to them coming and picking up from my porch. And then 15% of them, I gave them 1 to 10 items, 40% 10 to 20 items, and then 45% I gave 20 plus items. And my hallway is taken over, and what I really, 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 really desperately need is like a shed, or like a space, or like a storage unit for free. I don't want to pay for it. We don't have the resources to be like set up as a nonprofit, and I am not comfortable like soliciting money from people for this project or accepting money from people for this project until it is set up in like a reasonable way. And also I'm not the only person who has access to like the bank account for it. Like that would be something that my co-creator Holly and I would both be on, and then probably also some of the other responsible people who are really heavily involved. Maybe our friend Elizabeth, who sometimes watches YouTube videos. But anyway, yeah, $105-ish, not terrible, but I don't want to have to do it again. There's no rest for the politically involved, boys. I am working on these name thingies for the mayoral candidates, one of which is our current mayor, Julie Hoy, who I hate. But I'm making her thing nice, because I'm nice. So we have these, they're gonna go on cardboard. It's gonna be cute. The vibe for this event is like family friendly, crafty, cute. The flyer that I made was really cute. So it was just important to me to not use colors that are blue and red. And I know that Julie Hoy is not gonna be there. Good. But yeah, I'm putting these little construction paper things that I made on cardboard, and I might put some little like glittery things to decorate them. And they're gonna go in front of their little podiums, I believe. I hope. That's what Jim said. It's 11:29. That's what I meant to say. And then after this, I have to organize the clothes because I was at the laundromat, and so now I have to organize the clothes to take to that because it's like a pop-up swap situation, which was my idea. The day after a swap, I was like, wouldn't this be great? Is it great? Is it great? A lot of work. I really fucking hate the mayor. I hate my mayor. She's a douche. She's not very nice. If I could, I'd give her lies. And my toddler hates the mayor too. Just a reflection in a song of you. When the mayor fight comes and brings you down. 'Cause I've been afraid of people just voting for the incumbent. And I really hate the mayor. Oh, time is a folder. Children get older. And I'm getting sick of the mayor. Yay. Hooray. This is my second chocolate soy milk, so you know it's serious. This stuff has been taken out of the Mimi's car. And these are the 2 bags for Jim's thing. And now I have to organize them into the sizes. Good morning, party people. It's the day of the mayor fight. It's not a mayor fight, but I think it's really funny to call it a mayor fight. Because it's not even a debate, because only one of them is going to be there. And also, the premise is like, the questions were submitted by people way before, and there's no, like, it's not like a rebuttal situation, you know? It's not like, well, I think your answer's stupid for this reason. That's what I'll be doing. That's what I would be doing privately if Julie Hoy was there. Not at this time. So I have these little quarter sheets. I don't know if this is all libraries or all libraries in Oregon or just our library, but they have this like, it's like called like a free speech area, or maybe that's just what Jim called it. It doesn't matter. The front of the library, you can set up anything and do whatever you want. It's like as long as you're not blocking the walkways and like something else. So anyway, we have an event at the library today at the auditorium, and we're gonna be there early to give these flyers out to people to be like, hey, come to this event. The intention with this event, for the most part, is just to get like Progressive Salem's name out there a little as something like cool that they did, as well as hopefully get more young people involved in politics type stuff. And my friend Jim asked me for help because we met, as you may know, if you're a longtime viewer. Jim's my friend, my library friend, who used to work for the Oregon State Library for many, many years. And now he's just a retired cute guy. And he's actually the reason that we have statewide the Dolly Parton Imagination Library in Oregon. So when Dolly Parton eventually visits Oregon to meet the governor and to talk about Imagination Library, you can thank Jim, my sweet friend Jim. He's so cute. So yeah, I have these. I have my mom's car packed. What? Yeah, just put them, can you put them just in my house loose? You're going to be concerned about the quantity of clothes you see in the garage? Clothes that you see in the garage? Just sort of try to squint past it, because it's mostly going to be in our house. And then you and I need to figure out our organizing of the garage thingy. Can we plan that day soon? Okay, cool. I can't remember what I was talking about. Oh, so for Jim, I'm taking these. I'm taking the kids' clothes. I need to grab some masking tape from my protest box thing that's downstairs that I haven't like deconstructed since we did No Kings. So it's got a couple of like things that I end up bringing everywhere with me. I'm a menace to myself, and I almost exclusively label stuff with masking tape because it's just like really cheap tape and it's like easy to like take off and move. And oh, Morgan and the baby are at the library, which was very bold and also considerate of them. Morgan got up early this morning and did a bunch of house cleaning stuff that she was gonna do when I woke up and was hanging out with the baby. And then I've kind of like had a free morning basically to just work on my stuff in slow motion, which is also really nice. So I owe Morgan. I'm excited and scared about this event. I think it's gonna be good.
But let's say after Counselor A walks away, Counselor B calls up Counselors C, D, E, and F, all individually, by the way. And let's further say that Counselors C, D, E, and F don't know that Counselor B has spoken with all those other counselors. There is no intention from Counselors A or C through F to violate public meetings law. And yet, because there is no intent requirement, that is how all of us got in trouble. But the one person who created that entire challenge was Counselor B. Counselor B in this hypothetical was Mayor Julie Hoy. Everybody knows you don't talk to everybody. Whether under the new amendments to the rule or the version of the rule that had been in existence for many years beforehand. Everybody knew that. And so to this day, I feel that her failure to accept any responsibility for that is something that every single voter should know and bear in mind when they reach their ballot.
Good morning, little gay people in my phone. It's a beautiful day for a swap. I'm headed up to Portland. I'm picking up a journal for my beautiful wife, a sewing journal that you may have seen her not buy, and now she wants it, and that's great. We're gonna go get it. And then I have the swap at Sunny's house, and then that's mostly what I'm doing today. But maybe we'll find something cute there. Could be fun. I have acquired the journal for my wife. I also found this really cute fish fabric that makes me think of Ponyo that I think is a really good print size for patches on my baby's pants. So fish knees, excited about that. Let's go. Do you want the swap tour? Okay, well, too bad, you're getting it. I got these carpenter shorts. I really dig them. A problem that I continue to have as someone who is transmasculine and chunky was wearing high-waisted pants for a very long time, and also I've got a really long torso, is that, like, I have a hard time with shorts because in my brain, like, this is how you wear it, way up here. And this is not like the masculine wearing of a short typically. Usually you want it to be like down lower. And so when there is a pair of shorts, like obviously I've got like, this is just the shape I am. This doesn't feel uncomfortable. Like these are my shapes. Anyway, I like to be able to do either depending on what shirt I'm wearing. And I think that this works great. These are super cute and fit me really well. I feel like I never find a pair of shorts that fit me this well. Because I always have so many things in my pockets, I'm gonna have to wear a belt with them, as I do always. But yeah, they're like carpenter shorts. So it's got like a spot for a little hammer and then a little hooky thing to hook something onto, which comes very in handy when you are a parent, particularly of a small child, to be able to stick a weird little keychain or something else goofy on there. So big fan of these. And then my other things are children's clothing swap items. Those are my like most favorite swap finds recently. These are a pair of Eric Carle Gymboree 100% cotton leggings that are a kid's size 6. Pajama pants, pajama leggings. What I have done is, because when I found these at the swap, when I got them in our like leftovers, they had these huge rips in the knee, and it was obvious that someone had tried to mend them, and they did a pretty good job, but it's like something destroyed the knees of these. I don't know what it was. Obviously, like kids, like, you know, they're running around and they're doing stuff, but they were just like literally like torn up knees, like cuckoo bananas. And this is a weird fabric to do that, but anyway, I cut them into shorts and then hemmed them. And so now my kid has these kind of like basketball shorts fit shorts, and they're perfect, and I think they're gonna fit him for a pretty long time because they are intended to be a kid size 6, and he is in pants, I would say a 3T solidly, like very much a 3T, but when you have something with enough like elastication, you can kind of fudge it. That's honestly what I like to do with kids shorts in a big way anyway, is like all of his shorts that he wears are like 5T or 6, because I just don't think that they should be super super short. Like, I would just like for his little legs to be covered. He's so pale, you know what I mean? And I think that if we were to have, like, obviously we don't care, we put him in like whatever. But I think if we had a little girl, it would be the same thing. I'd be like, yeah, I'm not gonna have her little like baby thighs out. Cover the baby thighs. And then my last really good find, and I did get him like a bunch of pajamas actually also with that swap, which you almost never find like a set together at a swap at these kinds of things. A bunch of people brought a bunch of stuff. So there were some like pajama sets that were really cute. But these pants, which had holes in them, there's been a bit of a debate about whether or not these were like actually worn in the pants. I like, as if like a kid put the holes in them, or if they were an aesthetic wearing. I feel like it looks really cleanly done to be something that just like some kid did. But honestly, I've not had a kid wear holes in jeans before yet, so I don't know. But anyway, you may have seen the short form video that I did about this. Morgan has a really pretty dress that she made, and I took some of the extra fabric from that and then made these little knee pads to go on our kids' pants so that they could be sort of like matching when we went to the Oakland Zoo, which you may have seen in the California video. So yeah, and then they were also like almost threadbare on the sides, and so I sort of reinforced it with more chunks of denim. This denim, I didn't like hem it before I put it on, so it's got these kind of like little tiny guys that were longer that I have been like snipping as it comes out of the dryer. Yeah, I'm not worried about it. These pants are a size 2T, so he'll probably be able to wear them like one more time. And so next time I'm gonna put my time and energy into a pair of pants that are the next size up. So, you know, but here we are. Very cute. They are Levi's, but they're not 100% cotton, and you can tell when you feel it. But they are really cute. I don't know if the next kid to wear them is gonna be one of our kids in the future or somebody else's child, but I'm very emotionally attached to the fact that they have these patches. But we have some more of the fabric like that, so I could just keep making him patches on like knees. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Oh, what I really wanted to say was I got some feedback that this is not like the best way to do a knee patch. And I went really wide. Like that was my plan with this mending project, was to just like go out super wide and know that it wasn't gonna be heavily reinforced, because this is, I wasn't like doing like the visible mending thing where you like go up and down a bunch and then like back and forth. I got some comments saying that those are much longer lasting patches. I was not concerned about that for this, because this kind of denim that's only 54% cotton, 46% polyester, I think that especially with these patches being 100% cotton and then having 100% cotton underneath them, I think it's more likely that these pants, like the fabric functionally deteriorates before the patches do. So I'm not stressed about that. This was for me a practice exercise and a very cute photo opportunity, and hopefully making some pants live a little bit longer before they have to be turned into a scrap something, right? So anyway, I think they're really cute and I'm happy with them. So, and that's on swaps. Nobody has to tell you that you can start a swap. Let me be the person to tell you that. You can start one, you can do one, you can start small. It can be just you and your friends. It could be everybody you know. You could post about it on the internet and have your whole town come, and that would be awesome. Yeah, I just love free swaps. I think that everything is too expensive in the world right now, and I think that as someone who has very flexible time, it feels like a good use of my time to give back to my community in this way. And also, I think the really cool thing about a free swap is that like you can decide what the effectiveness looks like for you, what a successful free swap is, right? And for me, it is first and foremost that at least one person attends who doesn't have to spend money and can get something that they're going to wear and be really happy with for many years. But another sort of like secondary, not even about the swap, about after the swap thing that happens is that we end up with a whole bunch of clothing donations that then get to go to organizations in need. So this time at the plus size clothing swap up in Portland, I ended up coming home with 3 full bags, like full garbage bags of clothes for Salem Soup Squad, which is awesome. And then I think the rest of those leftovers, some of them we carry over to the next swap, but the rest of them went to Radical Abundance, which is this very cool pay what you can thrift store where the proceeds go towards supporting Black and brown and queer and trans folks. So, and then also that connection that I forged with them, which was very cool. We just like chatted and hung out. I was like, do you guys ever get clothing? Do you guys ever get kids clothing donations? And they were like, oh my God, we can't give away kids clothes or sell them. Like, do you want them? We have so many. And I was like, oh my God, yeah. So now I've got like another hookup for kids clothes, but in Portland. And so those are more clothes that are not going to the Goodwill or to be sold and profited off of by big corporations, but instead are gonna be going to people for free, which is awesome. In the next 10 years, I would love to hire an assistant. And right now, I think I am trying to do as much saving the world as I can under the circumstances, and I really, really love having a resource that I'm able to share with people. And it makes me feel hopeful about the future, and it makes me feel hopeful in my community. I hope that you are able to find something that brings you joy and makes you feel contented, and that you are able to give back to your community if you are in a place to be able to do that. And if you're not, if you just need to focus on you or just need to focus on a smaller group or your family or whoever, that is also completely okay. But I think you should attend a swap. I think that would be good also. That's also a way to participate, and it works good. Okay, and here are the bloopers. Mwah. Oh, it's hard to be little. It kind of like takes... There's an eye-wings over here. There's a closed eye-wings.
You lost your ability to type in numbers.
I did not lose my number, but it's too far. Oh my god.
Can you use your long, creepy arms?
Hello? Oh, no worries. Sorry. I'm just filming, so you scared me. No, it's okay. You know? Oh, God. Wiggling. Okay. Hello?
Hey, girl.
I'm filming.
Oh.
Hey.
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 Hey. You doing? How you doing?
Hey,
You put on real pants.
Well, yeah, I forgot these at the swap.
Oh, is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
Oh.
It's actually 3 swaps.
Fashion show.
I've realized.
Again.
3
swaps. The sequel.
2 swap, 2 swap is.
2.
3 swap.
Makes 6.
Yeah. I guess.
I'm here to get baby shirt and baby sock.
I'm sad because I was kind of on a roll with what I was saying. I don't remember.
I'm sorry.
That's all right.
Came in here with my beautiful dress and
I
my giant
know.
mind.
I know. I'd call her Morgan the Mega Mind.
That is, yeah, and that's what I've always said.
Yeah.